everyone, it's Kelsey from Great Escape Fitness and welcome to Crunch Time. Today we're going to be talking about the FITT principle of fitness and exercise. Let's start out with your crunch time exercises, so stay tuned, come back after your 10 crunches. Great, hands behind, underneath your bottom, reverse crunches here. So you're just trying to get your hip bones off of the ground. Engage the lower core. Welcome back. Let's get started talking about our FITT principle today. So a lot of personal trainers use this formula in order to generate the correct exercise procedures for their clients. So we're going to be talking about the 4 different components, which are frequency, intensity, time, and type. So starting out talking about frequency, well, of course everybody has different levels. They are going to be starting at different frequencies throughout their time. So we're going to talk about different ways for beginners, intermediate, and advanced. Advanced would be people like athletes. So to start out, talking about frequency just for a beginner standpoint, usually you're going to be starting out with 2 to 3 exercises per week. During this principle, that's going to be the first thing that you're going to change or increase is the frequency. So for a beginner, of course, we're going to be doing 2 to 3 days. Next, for an intermediate, starting out, I would say you would be doing probably 3 to 5 days during the week. For an advanced or an athlete, it's going to be a lot more. Usually it's going to be between 5 and 7 days, so depending on the week. Some weeks, there's not going to be a rest day. Other weeks it's important to get that 1 day of rest. So me being an athlete at Grand Valley, cross-country runner, most weeks I would take my break, but there was some weeks that it was really important for me to do all 7 days with activity. So frequency is really talking about how often you're going to be doing the exercises. So that also is going to change with the time changes as well. So with this, it is really important to make sure that you're going to get enough rest in between your workout days. So that's why you're split up between these. It also really going to depend on if you're doing strength training or more endurance training and things like that. You're going to need time for your muscles to rest, recover before you stress them again. Second is talking about intensity. So that is we're talking about how hard the exercise is going to be. Different ways that you can monitor the intensity is going to be your heart rate. So of course, different ways to determine your heartbeat or heart rate. You can find your pulse right here on your carotid artery. You can also find it on your wrist here too. Usually this is going to be the easiest up here. So with this, in just a moment, I'm going to figure out your target heart rate so that everyone can kind of do that on their own as well too. So that's one way. A second way that you can determine it is doing a talk test. So I got this a lot from my coach in college. Of course, you want to be doing very strenuous activities if you're training for a race. So he would always say, if you can say more than a few words in a row, you're not running hard enough. So to determine this, if you can talk but can't sing, that's going to be about a moderate, medium intensity level. If you can only say 1 to 2 words without taking, a big breath in, that's going to be more a vigorous level for that. So, couple different ways to figure out your intensity. Moderate intensity is going to be about, 60 to 70% of your max. Vigorous intensity is going to be between 70 and 80% of your max. So a couple different ways that we can figure that out as well. You can also determine it by talking about strength training and how many reps and how much weight you're going to be using. So if you're trying to tone muscle, more endurance, you're going to be doing lighter weights, more resistance. So something that's going to look like 2 sets of 15 of a moderate medium weight. If you're going to be doing strength training, to increase the intensity, of course you're going to increase the amount of weight you're using, but then you're going to lower the reps. So most times I will tell somebody you're going to be maybe doing, say, 3 sets of 8, 2 sets of 10, but that's going to be at a higher weight. So to figure this out, we would do a 1 repetition max test and then determine from there, what's going to be your percentage of that amount of weight. A lot goes into the intensity, how hard you should be working. Of course, you can definitely tell too if you're sweating, if your heart is beating a little bit faster, it's harder for you to breathe. Those are also ways to tell your intensity. As you progress and exercises get easier, the intensity is not going to feel as hard, so then you can bump it up from there. Talking about target heart rate. So over here, to figure out your target or your max heart rate, equation is going to be 220 minus your age. So that's for everybody. That's going to determine what your target or your max heart rate is going to be. So for example, today I'm going to pick someone who is 50 years old. So 220 minus 50, 170 beats per minute. So of course you can figure that out by doing your own pulse here. So you can do it by timing yourself for 30 seconds, multiplying that by 2, and or just timing it for 15 and multiplying it as well. So from here, to figure out your intensity here, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do 170 times 0.6 for your 60% here. That's going to equal 102. The higher range of that, we're going to do 70%. So 0.7 equals 119. So to have a moderate intense exercise, you're going to want to have a heartbeat between 102 and 119 for somebody who's 50 years old. Let's figure out, so for vigorous activity, so that's anywhere from 70% to 80% of their max. So again, we're doing 170 times 80%, 136. So our range here, and again, that's measured in beats per minute. So anybody can figure that out based off of their age and the amount of intensity that you're going to be doing in an exercise. This is going to obviously change as your age changes, but also change as the intensity is going to either go up or go down. So this just gives you a target of where to hope that you're going to be during the workout, and it's going to help you gauge. So if you're doing the workout, say your heart rate's not up to 102, well, you need to just bump it up a little bit, add some more weight, add some more resistance. Next, we talk about time. So that's how long each exercise is going to be. So for the recommended amount per week, we want you to be doing at least 150 minutes. So, So 150 minutes. That's roughly about 21 minutes per day if you're doing it every day of the week. So to start, for a beginner, I would tell them to do at least 20 to 30 minutes each of their exercises. Intermediate is going to be anywhere from 40 to 60 minutes every day of those weeks. And then I would say an advanced is going to be a more combination of a higher intensity along with the longer duration. So high intensity plus 60 minutes. So 60 minutes or more each time. Again, with determining someone's intensity, it's going to be important to get your rest days in there as well too. So I wouldn't tell somebody to do super high intensity workouts 7 days a week, because then you're going to burn yourself out, more risk for injury. So a lot of planning comes with the intermediate to advanced, determining how many days a week am I going to exercise and for what amount of time. So like I said before, talking about what is the first thing you're going to change as you get more comfortable with this, it was going to be frequency first. So increase the amount of days per week you're going to be exercising. The second thing we're going to change is the amount of time. So for me, I would like to tell somebody, if you are doing 30 minutes 3 days a week and you're just perfect at that and it feels really good, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to bump up 2 more days per week. Then we're going to do more time, building up your endurance so that you're able to get through an entire workout. Then we're going to change the intensity, so increasing the amount of weight, the amount of resistance, and things like that. So that would be the third step in the increasing process. Type. That is the last of our FITT principle here. So type is really going to determine what your goals are. So of course, the first thing that I'm going to do with somebody is do a health and fitness assessment. So what that is we're going to take measurements, we're going to do a height, a weight, BMI, skin fold measurements. From there, we're going to have the ability to make really concrete goals. So SMART goals, which probably going to do a video series on SMART goals because they're so important. So you're really going to want them to be specific and attainable goals. So that really determines your type. If you're looking for more toning, you're going to do a little bit lower of the intensity but longer repetitions. If you want more strength, then you're going to be doing higher intensity, lower reps, higher weights. So type can be anything from the 3 different ways: cardio, strength, endurance. So cardio workouts are going to be anything from walking, running, swimming, elliptical, high knees, stepping, anything like that. Strength training is going to be resistance bands, they're going to be weights, they're going to be kettlebells, the bars, anything like that. Endurance, also going to be do that, but that's also more going to be a cardio. So endurance is going to be probably longer distance running, longer walks, things like that. So with all of this said, there's a lot that goes into planning somebody's workout and trying to meet everybody's goals. Everyone's goals are different. Everybody's FITT plan is going to look different as well too. And that's where a personal trainer is going to come in handy. So like I said, I do offer free health fitness assessments, so that is really going to help you narrow down your goals, and then from there make a really specific FITT plan for you. I hope all this information here was helpful for you. It gives you an idea of how you can create a workout plan that's going to fit you, your needs, and your lifestyle. Please like my Facebook page and follow me on Instagram. I do have a YouTube page as well that more videos are going to be posted there. Also, on my YouTube page, there are going to be workout videos for you. So, all of this is incorporated into all of my videos, so there's going to be something on there for you. So, thanks for watching. Hope this was helpful. Make sure you get your crunches in.